Hey, fourth graders. So I want to talk to you about a skill that is vitally important to us as we're reading. And it's a skill that I've noticed a lot of students don't actually do. And that skill is visualizing what the author is talking about or picturing in your mind what's going on. When I read a book, a lot of times I feel like I'm transported to another place, like I'm actually there with the characters, almost like when I'm watching a movie. I feel involved. I feel like I really care about what happens to the characters, and that I don't like see actual pictures of what's going on, but I can think about and understand what's going on because in my mind, I am visualizing it. I'm there. Okay, when we read, it's really important that we aren't just reading the words. Being able to read the words is important, but that is not all that we should be doing while we're reading, because if we're not visualizing, we're not comprehending, which means we're not understanding the text to the fullest. So this is a skill that I want you to practice. We're going to practice it today. I'm going to read an excerpt from one of our books that's on our fourth grade reading list, Where the Red Fern Grows. We've been reading this book out loud in morning meetings, and I just absolutely love how this author, Wilson Rawls, gives great descriptions of everything. Authors write descriptions because they're trying to help you to see it. So they'll use things like imagery and figurative language to describe what is going on, because they want you to know and understand what's going on. And I'm sorry for the background noise because my puppy is chewing on a toy right now. As I decided to make this video, he's like, I think it's time to play with my toy. Stanley. All right, let's see if I can get him to... No, he's not going to stop. Okay. So in this story, where we happen to be right now, the boy, Billy, is out with his dogs, and they're on their first hunt, and the dogs have just treed a raccoon, which is what hunting dogs would do. They would find the scent of a raccoon trail, and they would run it up a tree so that the hunter can get it. All right. So the boy is going to be describing the tree where the dogs treed the raccoon. While prowling in the woods, I had seen the big tree many times. I had always stopped and admired it. Like a king in his own domain, it towered far above the smaller trees. So already we're starting to kind of get a picture of it. He's in the forest, and there's one tree that just stands out because it's so much taller and more grand than other trees. If you think about a king in his domain, that means that the king is like where he's the ruler, and he is the most magnificent thing out of everybody, right? He's probably dressed in more fancy clothes. He looks royal and regal and like somebody who should be honored and respected. And that's how this tree is. The tree stands out among all of the others as one that is older and one that's been there longer, and it just towers above the rest. Okay, so picture that. Picture what that would look like. It had taken me quite a It had taken me quite a while to find a name suitable for the big sycamore. For a while, I called it the chicken tree. In some ways, it had reminded me of a mother hen hovering over her young in a rainstorm. Have any of you guys ever seen that? She'll like tuck her little young up underneath her and kind of spread her wings out to cover them in a rainstorm. Its huge limbs spread out over the small birch, ash, box elder, and water oak as if it alone were their protector. So just like the mother hen would spread her wings out over her baby chicks, the tree's branches spread out over top of all of the smaller trees as if it is trying to protect them. All right, so I'm going to stop there because we could keep going forever with this book. There's so much great description in it, but I just want you to try and visualize that. And I want you to practice that skill as you're reading. So whether it's you're reading a book of your choice, whether it's you're reading one of the stories that's in your lessons, whatever it is that you're reading, I want you to really try and absorb the words. Don't just read them, but let them soak into you and let them create mental pictures for you so that you can better understand what you're reading, okay? If this is a skill that you're struggling with, work on it with your learning coaches, because we had to do this a lot when we were younger. And I know I've talked to a lot of learning coaches and they've said, yeah, I do that all the time when I read, but my student doesn't. So it's a skill that I really want you to practice because, like I said, it's really going to help you as you're reading. The puppies are getting louder, so I'm going to go. But I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.